Amazing Race Specialist Kyle and McKenna are back, and we are here to talk about episode 11 of The Amazing Race, the last episode before the final leg, and it was juicy. We still don't know the outcome of the leg because we had the scramble, so we don't know truly where who the last place team is, but we'll find out next week. Let's dive right into it because they're equalized for this leg of the race. Because we have an ad for Expedia. So they can book their flights and their hotels all from one app, and they all wind up on the same flight because we're not going to have them book separate flights. That's weird. So they all are on the same flight, but we don't get to see like how they're doing because they are sleeping in a hotel. Like it's a true like full equalizer. Yeah. They all go up to the airport at the same time.
Yeah, this was a really, really funny segment when they were like, oh my gosh, can't believe that you get to do all this in one app as if this thing hasn't been around for like 15 years. And
the Travelocity app.
Priceline was always my go-to for this kind of thing, but we won't talk about that here.
So they are going to Paris, France. And funny enough, Taylor knows some French. So she can, it didn't really come into much play here. But it would have been nice if it did.
Yes.
Taylor and Kyland had some taxi struggles while getting a taxi to Moulin Rouge. And they have to do a can Moulin Rouge inspired dance together. Kyle, this is my nightmare.
Yeah, this would be a tough one, and we can't avoid it. It's route info. We both have to do it. It's not like a roadblock. So yeah, we would we'd be doing our best.
This would be tough, especially if I am forced to wear a dress. I hope Izzy had the option to be like, I don't care, I'll be in the female garb.
Right.
Like I don't know. I feel similarly to Izzy. We look very similar. And I just would be like, where's the vest?
I thought about that as well. I would wear the dress. I mean, all right, Kyle, why not? Let's swap. But yeah, I mean, I think this is one where maybe you should have the choice of what to wear. That dress was flying. You know what I mean? Like that looked so hard to dance in. And just move around it.
I would be like, all right, I don't want to even deal with that skirt because it seems cumbersome. You have a headpiece. You have which
seem
a bit harder with the female team. Well, Izzy and Paige only female team, but then Taylor needing to do it for
it seemed like a disadvantage, and Jess and Jag did not have to.
All right. So let's talk about Jess and Jag here. They have a strategy now when it comes to these dance detours. Even if you're not prepared, just do it, see how it feels, and then just keep ripping tries until there's a line. And they just keep doing that and keep passing and passing and passing these detours.
Yeah, I mean, I've always thought that that's a good idea. If it's a performance detour, just try it out, get the feel for it, just see what the performance is like, because you can try over and over in practice, but until you get out there, you aren't quite sure what it's going to be like. So I think that's good. You know better what to prepare for. And they were horrible. I mean, they didn't get anything right.
The attempt was so bad. They were just like, I have blanked on everything I've learned, and they actually did go back and practice because they blanked so hard. I think their initial strategy was just to keep going until they got it right. But they were like, 1 second, we'll be back.
That was so funny, but it's a good strategy. Yeah, get as much practice in as you can until there's a line, and they got out once again to a big head start. Because like you mentioned, Kylan and Taylor were like really far behind. They had bad luck with their travel. They were the only ones on the second flight last time. They got into they got equalized, and then they got screwed again with a bad taxi. So the it's not the navigation, it's just their method of transportation is really screwing them here.
Yeah, because they actually leave this route info second when they arrived last. They really succeeded in where Joseph and Adam and Izzy and Paige both were struggling. Izzy and Paige wound up getting it before Joseph and Adam, and I actually thought we were going to see Joseph and Adam behind the rest of the leg because I'm like, they're not going to show us how far Joseph and Adam are behind. But then when they exited Moulin Rouge, they were like, oh my gosh, that's Izzy and Paige. They can't find a taxi. And then they got the taxis at the same time. I was just like, no way. I thought Izzy and Paige were then clear for the rest of the race, and they are not.
Nope. It's a tight race. I was surprised as well that it's like they didn't even they got it right after them, and they were really like defeated. Like they looked really afraid. So that was I couldn't believe that they got it straight after. And unfortunately Izzy and Paige could not capitalize on the lead that they had.
They also then had to go to Notre Dame, or as Kylan said it, Notre Dame, for the next little bit of route info, for no other reason than because it is a famous landmark. I would love to go see this, sure, but as a route info, it makes me mad. But they locate it within the property, and this is where we see Joseph and Adam usurp Izzy and Paige a little bit more. They found the clue box first, and then we get hit with the roadblock. It is at an institute for the blind, and it's who thinks they know their type. I have a feeling that I would do this. I think I could. It is. I really like this roadblock because it wasn't a particular skill base. It was just do it and do it right. Check your work and keep going. So they had to type out a poem using a Braille typewriter. Unless you felt like you have a strong motivation toward this one,
I don't know because
could do it. Because it is
definitely could do it. This is one where I don't think we would have a strong idea of what this is just from the outside, because they open the clue outside and it's like, what's your type? I guess you could come to that conclusion, but when you're in the moment, I don't really know what I would think.
I'd be like, blondes? Like
you could go ahead and do this. We're now tied 6-6.
Okay, perfect. There.
So,
there we go.
You do this one, and this is so we don't have to worry about any of that. So you do this one. And Jas and Jag, I'm writing it down here. So we're 7-6 now.
All right. Jas and Jag arrive here first, and they leave right as Taylor and Kylan get there, and they like exchange a few words of like, it's long, and then are out of there. Like, what was the lead? Like, these guys just find themselves in a massive lead, especially when they were going so slow in this roadblock to take their time to like not make mistakes. It was wild.
It was insane. I mean, they got equalized this leg and they still got out to they basically lapped a team, right? Like before Taylor and Kylan even got there. And Jas he employed the strategy again, kind of, where he was like, I am going to type a little bit and then I'm gonna go up and hand it in just because like he wanted to check like how he needed to be typing things.
Mhm.
So he got a check and he knew exactly what he needed to do. So it's like they're doing that strategy for every challenge that they can. Or it's like
Mhm.
we're just gonna do a little bit. We're gonna like, do whatever. We're gonna get our way through it a little bit and then get a check. So I thought that was smart. And he was going so slow. I couldn't believe how far behind these other teams are.
Yeah. JC DeSera says the only chance they will defeat Jas and Jag is in the final roadblock. How do you think that's true, or do you think maybe a detour could help? Since we don't have the scramble, I'm assuming, since we had it here.
Right. I'm not gonna rule the scramble out, but it would be kind of weird back to back legs.
Mhm.
Um, I think that they're still gonna get out to a big head start. Like I think that they're gonna be at the final roadblock without hardly anybody there. Right. Like
Mhm.
the second team will be showing up right as they're finishing. That's how I honestly think that it's gonna go.
We also find out from Joseph that his mom is going blind. And Joseph arrives a little bit after Taylor. Taylor's been doing a little bit of typing. Izzy then arrives after Joseph, and does the roadblock. And Izzy is fast, like
Mhm.
lightning during this, but she makes these few crucial mistakes where they could be in second place this leg and we
Mhm.
wouldn't have to worry about it. And we're stressing between Taylor and Kylan and Joseph and Adam. But because these few attempts had mistakes in them, it really just like shot their shot in this roadblock here.
Yeah, that has to be really I mean, you could see how
Mhm.
frustrated she was getting and how, emotional she was getting because you're right. This is like their shot to
Mhm.
secure their spot in the finale or like in second place, right? Like they could have
Yeah.
easily been in second place at some point in this leg, but like they she was kind of I don't know, just not paying attention to details or letting the moment
Mhm.
get to her or something. Um,
Maybe because
and
she realized she is so much faster than the other two, just keep
mhm,
going, keep going, keep going, and then one slight miss
yeah,
click.
because Joseph was going glacial
Glacial.
speed. He
Izzy
was
did, like,
so
3
slow.
checks
Oh
by the
my
time
god.
Joseph did
I
1.
couldn't believe it. I was like, well, surely he's gonna get up and hand this thing in. And then Izzy would get up
Mhm.
and check another one. And then another one. I was like, how slow are you going? To his credit, he got it right. But
Yes.
tight race could have done it a little faster, maybe.
Yeah. Joseph does finish this first, and then Izzy, to what Paige was saying, finished it just like 2 minutes after
Mhm,
Joseph did. So they are hot on their heels, and because they're all navigating by taxi to these 3 different points, we are hit with the scramble. They have to find 3 different Liberty statues, and get a puzzle piece at each location, and that will reveal their next pit stop, which was conveniently right next to one of the liberties, but it
mhm,
was also next to the closest Statue of Liberty. And
mhm.
so everybody is going to that one first. And then they're like, oh, we got to loop back around and
Yeah,
come back here. So none of them actually took the optimal route. They didn't know necessarily
yeah.
what the pit stop was to do the optimal route, but like I was wondering if they would like happen into it.
Yeah, who was it that was trying to do that? Was it like Taylor and Kyland a few episodes ago that were trying to do the optimal or the short?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or let's go to the detour that's closest, like that kind of thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is one. Unfortunately, you couldn't do that. And
Mhm.
yeah, I loved this challenge. I have to
I
say, I thought
thought
that this
it
was
was
great.
a perfect use of the scramble. I
Yeah,
think because it was just collecting 3 puzzle pieces from 3 different locations, it wasn't in the finale. I really like it not being part of the final leg and the final leg just being normal Amazing Race. But I get that they want that like surprise of who's going to win. But in a season like this, typically you can tell who's going to win.
Yes, you can.
So
Yeah.
the scramble just doesn't feel like it does anything. But here I'm really invested in the scramble and where everybody is within it.
Yeah, because like I love that it was the last task of the episode, because it allows people to catch back up. Because it's like in a normal leg, like Izzy and Paige would maybe be a little bit farther behind. It was only 2 minutes, but still, it's like that's how this episode would
Yeah.
usually end, right? Joseph and Adam leave the roadblock, and then it's like, oh, maybe they'll get there first. But in this one, you have a whole other task. You have a journey to go on. So and 2 minutes is a nothing lead in this type of challenge. So I thought that this was great, and obviously we're getting a lot of drama out of it.
I loved that Joseph and Adam didn't know who the local was.
That was funny.
This like decked out lady in a costume with flowers in a bag, and they're like
with the red and yellow colors. Yeah, it's like, oh my god, it's you. There were only like 3 people in the area. Like I don't. Anyway, like
here's the statue. Where?
Yeah, that was hilarious.
So we see Jas and Jag check into the pit stop in first place. They win a trip to Fiji to go see Survivor. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
They're going to Fiji. Taylor and Kylan are in second place, and we are left on the cliffhanger of all cliffhangers. We don't know if Izzy and Paige or Joseph and Adam are getting that final spot, but I have a feeling it's Joseph and Adam, but I desperately want Izzy and Paige.
I have no idea. I mean, like, I don't know what to predict. I don't like this. We had it last season too with the penultimate episode. I don't really care for it. It's like I want to know, who's racing, but look, I get it. I get it. They got me. So
yeah,
I have no idea. And to be honest, I don't think it's gonna matter. Like, I think it's
the race is probably going to be between Jas and Jag and Taylor and Kylan, but the only saving grace is it is in New York City for the final leg. Izzy and Paige live in New York City.
They sure do. And they've shown an ability to catch up, right, when they've been down. And I don't think Joseph and Adam really have. You know what I mean? Like, they're in the middle of the pack. They stay in the middle of the pack.
They got saved by the one leg, but are still
saved
in the middle of the pack.
I mean, Izzy and Paige have kind of like steadily climbed. They got U-turned, but from there they have steadily climbed, and they were even in second place last week.
Right.
So, it is possible. And like you said, they're in a city that they know very well. So I think that they would have a slightly, like a sliver of a chance. Joseph and Adam, if they're in there, I don't think.
I think, we're trying to see if Taylor and Kylan can thwart Jas and Jag.
Yeah, I'm also wondering if like we've seen a lot of like Jas and Jag versus Izzy and Paige, or like Izzy wants her revenge on Jag. She wants to get one over on him. So I don't know if that's if that could be the ultimate thing. Yeah. I don't know if that's the story that we've been leading up to. I don't think that, that's really the Amazing Race type of storytelling, but I think that it would be very fitting if they were the ones in the finale racing against Jag and Jas.
Yes, I would love if it were Izzy and Paige. They were my backup team that I wanted to win. So if I could get one of my teams in the finale, that would be great. You still have Taylor and Kylan, though. You picked them as your winner pick.
Sure. Hey, if they get second place, I'll take it.
They have been clawing and scratching this entire race, and I feel like they shouldn't have been. Like, they should have been runners, and they haven't been at all. They've been like, oh, we escaped last place. We escaped last place. Now we're in the middle. Whoa, holy cow.
Yeah, I mean, they started off the season with 3 straight 9th place finishes. which is hard to recover from, especially when they got U-turned
Yeah.
at some point along the way. So yeah, they have really like just scrapped their way here, and by the grace of whatever are
Like
here.
Kylan kills it on the challenge. Taylor
Yeah.
won Big Brother. Kylan was also on Big Brother.
Yeah. Right. You
But
would think that
you
I
would
don't
think
even know what it was. Like, I don't even know how I don't even
I
remember
don't
at
know
this point how
either.
they got off to such a bad start and weren't able to catch back up.
And I think
Um,
they weren't able to catch back up because I think this season, if you were in that back half, it was hard to get out of it.
oh, it was, yeah. I mean,
So
just take a
like
look
they
at the
just
boot
got
order of this
stuck
season.
it originally, and
Mhm.
then it was very hard for them to get back. It was the double U-turn that really helped them out.
It did, yeah, and they almost went home there anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Alrighty, everyone. Well, stay tuned for next week when we talk about the finale and Jazz and Jags win. Um,
Yeah.
but we will come hit you back next week with another episode of The Amazing Race. Goodbye, everyone.